Hello everyone, it's Mary. Welcome back to another not too shabby design team project. Coupon code Mary10 for 10% off your order on the store. I am going to be playing with this Darcie set called Pizza My Heart. I can't with this little piece of pizza. Just too cute. So we are going to be playing with just that cutie today and one of the sentiments. And I am going to do a little bit of masking. Right here I am stamping out with some Nocturne ink from VersaFine Claire, and then I'm going to stamp it onto a piece of Inkadink-A-Doo masking paper. I'm going to mask this out. Now I don't know if you necessarily had to use masking paper for this because I really was only trying to cut off the little feet. I'm going to pile these three on top of each other as if they're doing a cute little pyramid. That's what they're doing. And so I am going to just move the mask up to do the next stamping and then stamp it out again. So now I have my three pieces. Okay, so once I get that all stamped out the way I like it, I'm going to take my Arteza Real Brush pens. Because I'm using Bristol Smooth cardstock, I am going to just start coloring this in. So at first you can see me trying to be all fancy and work within the cheese and pepperoni lines, and then I'm like, scratch that. That's not going to work for me in my life at this time, so I'm just going to color all over it and I'll figure out how to fix that later. That was literally my thought process, was I will figure it out later. So I'm not going to show you, of course, each and every one, but here I'm doing the crust, and I picked this sunshine yellow color because I thought that was going to be good to just kind of pull that color out. Makes it look like it's a little bit darker right next to the pizza, the sauce area, and that gives it some dimension, and I just thought it gave it a little bit of depth the way that I chose those colors. Then I'm going to take a hillside border die and cut that into two, and I'm going to work on this left panel right here. So I'm pulling out a new tool for me. I have never used these stencil brushes before. These are from Nuvo, I do believe. And so I wanted to give it a shot. It was a little difficult at first because I thought, is anything happening? Am I literally going back and forth and nothing is happening? But as you build up the color, you could start to see, and I'm going to show you a little contrast here. But you do have to go back and forth quite a bit, and you want to get your brush nice and inky. But I do have to say I chose a very light color for my first stenciling because it's a little bit harder to see. So there I could show you against the starkness of the white, it did show up. So I got that done, and then I'm going to pull out this Newton's Nook heart stencil, that's what it's called, and I'm going to be using some candied apple to put down the hearts. So very easily I get that colored in, and I think that this looks beautiful. It's like, wow, that looks really good. But then I compared it to my pizzas, and it was gross. I was like, no, that does not match at all. It's on the left, it's like a orangey red, and on the right, it's like a pinky red. And I was like, no, I just can't get down with that. So I went back and I used some picked raspberry, and I offset the heart stencil just a tiny bit to give it like a shadow effect. And I went back, and now I have this pinkish hue added to the red, which I think matches perfectly right there. So that made me really happy. Also, it gave that kind of drop shadow look, which I thought turned out awesome as well. So happy accident, yes indeed. So now I'm going to cut down these pieces because I want the center part between where those two meet to have this glitter cardstock just peeking through. And so I'm going to cut about a 1/4 inch off, or maybe an 1/8 inch off each side. And then I'm going to figure out where I want my glitter cardstock, put some tape runner down there, and then I'm going to place that down just where I want it. Now I'm going to pop up both ends of my card here, both with the pizza on it and then the hearts as well. And I'm going to use some foam tape to do that. So before we get there, I'm going to use my sentiment down, and that says, "You've stolen a pizza my heart." I was trying to explain that joke to my 5-year-old son, and he was like looking at me like, I don't get it. I'm like, pizza? Like okay. Moving on, AJ. Okay, so now I've put my panels on some foam tape, just 2 strips right across the sides of them. Easy peasy. And then I'm going to place my card down. And as you can see, you have this little pink glitter cardstock peeking through the center. I love the way that looks. It's just super fun. All right, my final embellishment here is going to be some white and, no, not the white. Ignore the white Nuvo. But the red berry Nuvo drops is going to be like my pepperoni. And I love the way that looks. It's so shiny and they're so fun. And then I take a white gel pen to draw in the white pieces of cheese, which I can only assume it's white pieces of cheese. I guess it could be onions too. Either way, it's white. And I get that all finished up, and I love the way this card came out. I thought it was so fun. I think it's a little kooky, but what do you guys think? You like it? Let me know in the comment section below. And that is going to finish up the card. Don't forget to add those little extra embellishments at the very end of your card, maybe some white lines for some reflection and to kind of give it some highlights. It really adds a ton to it. So thanks so much for stopping by and hanging out with us for this Not Too Shabby design team project. Don't forget to head over to her shop and check out all the amazing stuff she's got in. She's always got awesome deals going on. And I will link everything I used below in the description box. I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.